What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMDTNT, where I am living my dream, trading and traveling. Hope everybody out there is doing well today. As for myself, I'm doing pretty good, sitting here at the desk out in the shop, and just want to take a minute to get a fairly quick recap done today on what the LMD ATS did. That's the LMD automated trading system. Ended up being a fairly small green day today. The bot took 3 trades today. And we're going to close out small green. So let's jump right on over into the charts. We'll get this recap done and then stick around. I want to show y'all something pretty cool that I've done to the system. So I'm gonna try to get this out the way real quick, and then we're gonna take a look at what I think is pretty cool. So this is what the market's doing right now. I don't think I'll get a trade in once the market opens at, or not once the market open, but once my bot goes back online at 2 o'clock. You can see right now all these session tabs. That means that the bot is on a session filter right now, so it can't take any trades until 2 o'clock or after 2 o'clock. But just looking at chart structure, it won't take a trade anyway. It wouldn't have taken any of these that says session because the stop would have been way up there. But let's go ahead. Let's scroll on over. We're going to look at these 3 trades that I took this morning, or that the bot took, and then I'm gonna get right on up out of here. So first trade that it took was at 2 o'clock this morning. It didn't take anything from 6 p.m. until 2 a.m. And first trade that it took out the blocks was a red trade, y'all. And this thing stopped out fairly quick. And this is something that I like about this edge. This was something that I was talking to Spark about earlier, and that is, if my trades are going to work, or let's say if they're not going to work, they're going to let me know fairly quickly that they're not going to work. And that's what this one did. Came back, stopped me out, went a little lower, and then pressed on up higher, pulled back, and then we see it pressed on up a little higher, and it got me into another trade. This demand broke that supply. Stop is down there. Did the same thing, y'all. Rolled me over, just barely wicked me. Came back up, break even, pulled back, left a W, and then took off. Had this one not wicked me out, it went to about the step 2 area, which is a 3R target that locks in 2.25. Can't cry over spilled milk because this strategy is built out the way that it is. It's profitable. Can't cry over these type of trades. It is what it is. But we see that even with this one right here, had it not wicked out, it would have been a green trade. Here's what it is. Whatever the points was on this one, it lost it. Whatever the points was on this one, it lost it. I am going to go back into the strategy, and where it says that it's in this trade, I'm gonna have it put out here how many points it was risking, just so that I know. I always say that it can risk up to 50 points, but I know that one didn't risk up to 50, and I know that one didn't risk up to 50, just because of how much I made. And I didn't even say that. Made $68 on the day. So small green, I'll take a small green over a small red, over a large red, and over a flat any day of the week. Then we see that it did get into a short right here at about 10 after 5 this morning. Entry is here. Stop is going to be just above that supply, because I do have a small buffer in there, very small, couple of ticks, that I try to give it room to avoid things like this right here. I try to give it a little bit of room, but during back testing showed that I don't need to give it a whole lot of room. Just that amount right there makes a difference. But we see we get into this short, kind of pushes down, puts it in drawdown, kind of chops around, puts it in some more drawdown. Oh no. And then just kind of chops around, 650, chops around. 7 o'clock, we finally get that push down. Look at that push down, y'all. It goes up 1R, breaks 1R, and watch this, y'all. Watch how nasty this market was. This thing comes all the way back up. That's my stop right there. Look how close this comes to stopping out at 8 o'clock in the morning after being in the trade for 3 hours, and then boom, makes a nice move down. It breaks that step 1 target. So now the stop moves to this line. It breaks the step 2 target. Now the stop is at this line right here, and it comes back up and it stops me out for a 2.2 R profit. So even if those first 2 trades had took a full 50 points, still would have been up small green, maybe about 25 bucks. So that's how I know that those first 2 trades didn't take the full 50 points. Then you see this salmon colored area. This is telling me that this is news. So had it not gotten out right there 3 minutes before the news, it would have flattened that position out. And then we see news did cause it to make a nice little violent move down. And this is what it's been doing since, just kind of chopping around. This is a big area too, y'all. This is a big range, but for my edge, let's say that it got in right there. Stop is down there. Did that go 3R? Nope. I needed to go at least 3R or at least 2.75 to start locking anything in. So during this time of the day, stats show don't take a trade because it's going to give back more than it makes. Right here, let's say that it took that entry. That's only like 1R, and then it's going to stop out. So it's a good reason that it's not taking these trades. And like I said, it'll come back online at 2 o'clock, but at 2 o'clock, this range right here, if a new supply doesn't come in down here, or I'm sorry, a new supply doesn't come in up here, or a new demand doesn't come in up in this area to tighten that range up, then it's not going to take a trade. But I want to show y'all something real quick that's pretty cool. You see over here, I got this little shortcut window opened up, LMD Master Watchdog. This is a script that I've been working on, and initially it was like maybe 5 different scripts. I've combined those things into one now that I know all 5 of them are working the way they're supposed to, and it's running right now. That's the command prompt for it. It just runs in the background as a command prompt, and this thing is amazing, y'all. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, I am going to close NinjaTrader down. I'm gonna close it all the way down, and at the beginning of the day, and this camera is doing something crazy, so I'm gonna just turn it all the way off. This script right here, y'all, this thing is amazing. So I'm gonna start it, and when I start it, I'm gonna just tell you what it's gonna do. It's gonna look to see if, and I'm gonna turn my cam back on, but I'm going to turn off that darn filter that keeps causing it to flicker. So there we go. So just, I want y'all to see my hands. I'm going to run this script. This watchdog is going to go out and it's going to look and see if NinjaTrader is running. If NinjaTrader is not running, it's going to start NinjaTrader. It's going to enter in my username. It's going to enter in my password. It's going to let NinjaTrader boot up. Then it's going to look and see if the strategy is enabled. If it's not, it's going to enable the strategy. And then from that point on, it's going to do as the name says. It's going to watch and make sure that 3 things don't happen. That the enable doesn't get turned off, that data doesn't freeze, and that NinjaTrader doesn't get kicked out of my system. If any of those 3 things happen, it's going to address it and bring it back online. But before it even does that, when I run it, it's going to email me and tell me what's going on. So there you see that it's saying that it sent me out an email. So it just emailed me. There go my hand, y'all. It's booting up NinjaTrader. You're going to see that my username is already populated. It's going to re-put it in. It's going to type in my password, and it's going to start NinjaTrader. So now NinjaTrader is going to boot up. It's going to go through its process. Then it's going to enable the strategy. And from that point on, it's just doing what it's supposed to do. Man, technology is amazing. Probably would have paid somebody thousands of dollars to do this. So NinjaTrader is back up and running. You'll see in a minute, it's going to enable the booyah. It enabled it. And now the strategy takes about 2 minutes to load. And look at that move the market just made. Crazy. That's why I don't want no parts of this. But yeah, it takes about 2 minutes to boot the chart back up. So while it's doing that, I'm gonna pull up my my dashboard real quick. We'll look at these numbers. Not much. I only made $68 more. So profit is currently, or current balance sitting at 36.73. Total net profits since the 27th of May, risking no more than $100 per trade. We've made $1,500. We have almost, or not even almost, we have made more than half of what we started with. Started this account with a $3,000 balance. Sharing right now, the return is 71%. Win rate 50. Profit factor 2.86. Average trade $51. So that just means off of every contract traded, we've made $51. We're currently not in any drawdown. Max drawdown $294 and recovery 5.2, and I've paid $54 in commissions and fees. I had to look up what this recovery means. Had to ask ChatGPT, and what it told me is what that profit or that recovery factor does is it shows you, or it means for every $1 of drawdown, the system has generated $5.20 in profit. So for every dollar that it's lost, it's made $5.20. Another way it says to look at it, worst drawdown experience, $294. Net profit generated, $1,530. So just kind of a back way of looking at those numbers. And it's telling me that for my particular edge, that's something that it thought that I would want to see. So that's what it means. Come back over to cash summary. I started this account with $1,144. I put $2,000 in it. That brought the balance up to $3,144. That made this account a properly funded account for this strategy. I've withdrawn $1,000 and I'm trying to get this net contributions back down to zero, at which time I'm trading on house money. I don't think I'll take any trades tomorrow. I am probably going to take half of the anything over 3,000. I want to take out half of it, so I'm gonna probably pull 300 out. So we'll see a withdrawal here of 300, and I don't know if I'm gonna trade tomorrow or not. I know they say that they have the IPO coming online tomorrow, SpaceX. I won't let that affect me. I probably will trade the 6 o'clock hour, so I'm definitely gonna trade. But let's go ahead. Let's pull this back up. Look at this, y'all. 130. Some kind of news must have came out, ripped this thing right on up. But again, I don't plan on taking any trades. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. And if you're not subscribed, it don't cost a dime, and now would be an excellent time. It would help me out with my numbers. If this is your first time checking me out, I appreciate it. I'm trying to get back active, making my daily trade recaps as it pertains to this automated trading system that requires me to do nothing other than turn it on. And to turn it on, it just requires me to turn on that watchdog. It's going to trade for me 100% automated. It's going to alert me via email if there's any issues with it. I do have a couple of more things that I want to take care of. One being, if Windows crashes, I needed to be able to bring Windows back online, then bring NinjaTrader back online. I do have a UPS that I need to get plugged up to it so that that computer has UPS protection. And yeah, that's about it. So as always, thanks for checking me out. I'm gonna wrap this one up and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Peace.